Hello, Potato! It looks like we've made it through another one. The weekend is here again, and it's time for a little weekend magic. This week we have a mess of collector's pins, the cheapest key to imagination ever, and something that we've been looking for. I mentioned a couple weeks ago in a video that we weren't able to get a hold of it, and we've gotten a hold of it since then, and that is our first thing, the Jerrod Maruyama White Rabbit teacup faux succulent thing. Now again, I'm still not totally sure why the faux succulent things are a thing, but I'm seeing more and more of them, so they're definitely a thing. And much like the other one, the succulent does not come out. It's in kind of just a like plastic resiny dirt there. But it is a very cute rendition of Jerrod Maruyama's version of the White Rabbit in the teacup from the Mad Tea Party ride. And it is indeed very cute. I want to say it's a little bigger than the Dumbo one. Maybe not, though. I want to say that's not as heavy, though, weirdly, because I guess that Dumbo one was very solid. But this feels a little bit lighter, but again, it's made out of the same kind of resin material. You can follow it all the way around. The plant's a lot bigger, I think. It's got a lot more succulent in it. And do we have a price on it? It doesn't have a price on it. We bought it from ShopDisney. I still haven't seen it in the store. I haven't seen either of those in the store. They have some of the other Jerrod Maruyama stuff, but not these items. Although they did have a bunch of the Up House succulent thing. Well, I think I ordered it a couple weeks ago. It made it in this week. ShopDisney's been very weird recently. You know, some things take weeks to arrive. Some things arrive the same week. This is one of the things that took weeks to arrive. I ordered it actually probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it showed up this week, and it is very cute, and my wife likes it, and she's happy with it. And it may well be the last of the Maruyama stuff we buy. Thankfully, the blind box pins seem to be gone, so that temptation is gone with it. So unless they make like one of these out of the Doom Buggy with Hatbox Ghost, I don't know that there's much more from the Maruyama collection that we want, but I am sure Jerrod Maruyama will come up with more stuff at some point, and if Disney makes it, I'm sure we'll end up buying some of it. Next, we move into pin territory. We picked this one up on Thursday at the Disney store, the surviving one in the local area. And we went there actually hoping they might have some of the Earth Day reusables stuff, and they didn't. Which seems a little weird that they don't have any of the Earth Day promotional stuff in the store, including the key, although to be fair, the key came out on what, Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday, it may have already been sold out. They may have gone through them. They did have some of the Moana Earth Day pins, but we actually already ordered that the day it was released on ShopDisney, not expecting to see that in the store. But they had a bunch of pin sets. They had the big X-Men set, they had the big Toy Story set, the ones that are like 150 bucks each, and those are just a little much for me, a little more than I could take at that point. Although the X-Men one is pretty cool. The pins like form together to make like a couple of X-Men comic book covers. And the Toy Story one is neat because it comes like almost basically in a frame. You can just hang it up as it is. But we did see this, and my wife kind of wanted this. It's a little reminiscent of the Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day pin set that came out a little while ago. It is $69.99 in US dollars. No discounts, whether you have the Visa card or not. And it's a limited edition of 2100. And to open it, it's got little magnetic clasps here on the cover. Slide those off, and you can open it up and reveal Pinocchio. We've got Geppetto, and Pinocchio, and Figaro, Cleo, and a little pin of Jiminy Cricket. And I'm not going to try to pull these out to see if the backs are Mickey backs. I'm sure they are. And also, as for some reason tends to be in these pin collections, they're not numbered. I mean, the dolls get numbered, but not the pins. I don't know why that is. But we've got words here. So as always, we need to read the words. You've got no strings with this pin set. This collectible commemorates the 80th anniversary of the animated classic Pinocchio, 1940. A film that taught us to always let your conscience be your guide. Geppetto, a kind-hearted woodcarver, creates the marionette Pinocchio, but it's the blue fairy's wand that brings the puppet to life. For Pinocchio to become a real boy, he has to discover the meaning of truth, bravery and unselfishness with Jiminy Cricket right by his side. This limited edition pin set is a reminder that when you wish upon a star, dreams can come true. They can also not come true no matter how hard you wish on anything. But, well, it does actually have a little flap here. All right, let's pull it out. Let's pull it out and take a look at the back. I didn't see that it had a little pull flap on it. This foam back here, nice. I guess so it doesn't mess up the cardboard too much. And yep, they're all Mickey backs. Looks like the clocks have a pair of backs. Geppetto has just one. Cleo has just one. Pinocchio and Figaro have two, and Geppetto has two. And you got more foam here, and there's no number or anything, or certificates or anything like that. No, nothing like that. So we'll never know where in the edition this particular set comes in. All right, let's take a closer look at our Pinocchio pins here. So we have Pinocchio and Figaro. And I vaguely remember seeing this happening in the movie. I haven't watched that movie probably since I was a child. I suppose I probably should since it's on Disney Plus, and I'm paying for Disney Plus. But Geppetto is clearly the biggest pin here. There's nothing particularly fancy about the pins. They have a nice little gold trim to them around the edges for the borders, but there's no moving parts, no pin on pin. Just very nice pins. Pinocchio's nose looks a little weird to me, but other than that, and here we have our Geppetto. No, that's Geppetto. That's Jiminy. I feel like I may have called him Geppetto earlier in the video too, didn't I? And then the clocks are just nice little detail work there. I mean, taken apart from the series, of course, they don't mean anything. And indeed, all these pins, if you took them out of the background, again, it's one of the things I've mentioned before, that when you take the pins off the backing, sometimes it detracts from them. But then again, this came in a book. I can't imagine you would take them off of here. I mean, why would you take them off here? I could see maybe taking this out and like framing the picture. Although, I mean, you did pay for that box as well. But I could see maybe framing this on its own, maybe kind of matting that out a little bit more. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't see ever taking these off of this foam personally. Yep, they are a very nice little set. But we have more pins to look at. Let's move on to those. Next up, we have this, and I'm keeping it. I have it in this box for a couple of reasons. This is the box it showed up in. But one, this is a D23 item. So even though it's ordered through Shop Disney, it comes from D23 Fulfillment. And one, they are just like slow as molasses. This was ordered like a month and a half ago. It just showed up this week. But the flip side is, look at how well they package their stuff. This is not getting damaged. I'm probably going to actually keep the item in this box after we're done looking at it now, just because this box is perfect for keeping this item in good condition. And yeah, I just think it's interesting that D23 does such a nice job of packing stuff. Admittedly, I mean, this box is clearly made for this item. As where Shop Disney just bungs things in an envelope and throws it in the mail, and you know, who cares if it was limited edition or not, right? So let's take a look at this. This is the D23 official Disney Fan Club celebrates 80 years of Captain America limited edition pin set. This is actually an LE 800 item. There's only 800 of this set made. And so yeah, I am trying to keep it as nice a condition as possible. Of course, much like normal Disney limited edition pins, it is not numbered. But let's take a look inside. If I can get it open without damaging it, hopefully. So we ordered this. This became available for order, I think, right around the time The Falcon and the Winter Soldier started. And I was kind of hoping it would show up at some time before it ended. And of course it showed up this week just in time for the finale. So in this one you get 9 pins. You have Cap here in the middle, which is, I'm going to say honestly, kind of the weakest pin of the set. And 8 different pins from specific issues of Marvel Comics. We have his first shield from Captain America Comics #1 in 1941. The Golden Age, Captain America Comics #2 in 1942. The Silver Age, Avengers number 4, 1964 looks like. And then we have Avengers 4 Alternate. So I guess that's just a different version of the cover. And we have the Vibranium Shield from Captain America number 342 in 1988. Ultimates World War II Shield from Ultimates number 1 in 2002. Civil War, Secret Wars at Civil War from Civil War number 4 in 2015. And Secret Empire from Captain America Steve Rogers number 1 in 2016. Yeah, limited edition 800, doesn't say how many numbers are. They are the Mickey Pinback style. And interestingly, each one has a double pinback. I guess to make sure that, unlike, say, those Black Panther ones I got from Amazon, these always stay facing the right direction, so the star stays pointed up, so they don't just like spin in place. And you know, everybody stays exactly where you want them. Not that I can imagine you'd ever take these out of the box and put them on a bag or something, because I mean, they come in a tin specifically for them. Here's a closer look at our Captain America pins. We'll start off with Cap there in the center. That one looks a little, to me, that's almost like the weakest pin in the set, is the pin of Cap himself. But all the shields are kind of neat to look at. I have never been that huge of a Marvel Comics reader. Also, when I was a kid, I read mostly Archie comics. Only superhero comics I really read were like Plastic Man. I guess I was weird. So I'm coming into the Marvel stuff almost more as an adult than a lot of people do. But I've been enjoying the. I've been playing some of the games, and I've read some of the books over the years, like the original Civil War, and there was that one. And I'm sure a lot of people probably hate it, but that one that was like set in colonial New England, I think it was like 1608 or something like that, which reimagined all of the Marvel characters as existing in the colonies, which I enjoyed that, particularly the end. And of course, like Marvel Zombies, I loved Marvel Zombies up through about the third one. I do actually have the most recent collection, but I haven't read it yet. I suppose I should at some point. Yep, these are very nice. They're very basic pins. They feel fairly classic. I really kind of, honestly, I think that one looks the nicest, just the way the light shines off of it. I mean, it's just because it's black, I don't know. But they're very basic pins. They kind of feel fairly retro-y, but they do feel like they're good solid pins. I'm not taking them off the backing, obviously, to find out for sure. But they do look very nice. One more quick look through the 9 of them. And then on to our last item. And our last item this week is this. Yes, this is the Earth Day key. Now, last year, before the world ended, Shop Disney announced that for Earth Day they'd be giving away a special Earth Day key that you could plant and it would grow flowers. And I was figuring, that's gonna be like a cardboard thing, like a thick cardstock or maybe a thin cardboard kind of thing with some seeds impregnated into it that you could plant if you wanted to, but I can't imagine many people would. And then of course the world ended and the promotion was just kind of dropped. And the question of what became of all those keys, well, may or may not be answered by this year when they did the exact same promotion, only followed through it this time. Now, I mentioned before that some things take forever to get here and some things get here really fast. These came out on Monday or Tuesday, and this showed up yesterday. So the items from that shipment aren't really relevant to this video, but we'll take a look at the key itself. So what you get in here, this now sounds like a pretty thick thing, right? Well, that's because they have this piece of cardboard in there to keep it in one piece. Not so thick anymore, is it? Because the actual key essentially feels to have been made off of a piece of like that cheap recycled binder paper you may have had in public school when you were a kid. It's about the right size for a key. Again, I was expecting something like a little thicker cardboard, but this is literally just a piece of paper. I don't really see any way to tell. Is this from... No. I was wondering, you know, when these were announced, if this was just going to be the same ones from last year that never got sent out. Meaning the seeds may not even be viable anymore, depending on how they were stored. And there's not very many seeds in this. There's like, what, 1, 2, 3... There's like 4 seeds in this key. So I was kind of expecting a thicker cardboard with like a little packet of seeds in the middle of it or something. Yeah, this is just a piece of paper. This is, I mean, it was a free item with any purchase. There was no minimum. So, I mean, it's not like you had to pay $25 worth of stuff to get this paper key. But again, I can't imagine anybody's going to plant these things. But we have more words. Well, conservation isn't just the business of a few people. It's a matter that concerns all of us. It's a science whose principles are written in the oldest code in the world, the laws of nature. Walt Disney. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing, I guess, to keep as a little bit of Disney ephemera. But again, it is the absolute cheapest possible key. And I guess I'm disappointed is not really the appropriate word for it, because why would I be disappointed? It's something you're meant to plant anyways. But I think I would have liked to have seen maybe a more normal key made out of recycled materials or something, you know, something made out of 100% recycled plastic, or some of that biodegradable plant-based plastic that Lego makes some of their stuff out of now, or at least they said they were going to when they made that big treehouse set, and then have never mentioned again since, which doesn't mean they're not doing it. It just, you know, I haven't seen them mention it, and it kind of seems like the sort of thing they would be jumping up and down about. But yep, that's it. That's going to do it this week. Got a cup of tea, a pile of pins, and the world's cheapest key to imagination. So that just leaves me to talk about what got me through this week. You know, I don't really have anything jumping to the top of mind this week. It certainly isn't Way of the House Husband, not because that show isn't every bit as great as I said it was last week, just because the show is actually really, really short, and I ran out of episodes like on Monday. So I guess what got me through this week was looking forward to the finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which of course came out last night, and was good. I was satisfied with the way it ended. I got to see what I was hoping for, which was Spoiler wearing the spoiler costume. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and watch it. All 6 episodes are up now there on Disney Plus. And if you like Marvel stuff, there's no reason you shouldn't like this. If you thought WandaVision was a little weird, that's because it was. You're not getting that here. This is very straightforward, standard Marvel heroes beating up bad guys. Maybe a little discussion on the concept of good and bad, and, you know, depending on where you're standing. Introduction of new characters, setting up for new things. We've definitely set up for at least 1 or 2 movies. Some interesting Spider-Man, maybe shows, maybe it's more shows. Some questions about what happened to Captain America after the end of Endgame. There is in the last episode, there's what's kind of given as a throwaway line, which I don't think relates to anything else in this series, and to me, brings up a lot of questions about where Captain America actually disappeared to after the end of Endgame. Or at least maybe it's just an issue of what they told people. But yeah, that's what got me through the week. Looking forward to the last episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Did not disappoint. If you like Marvel stuff, go watch it. If you haven't been, I don't know why you wouldn't have been watching it if you like Marvel stuff, but there you go. And that'll wrap it up for this week. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, please give the video a like and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Liking, commenting, these are things that for some reason YouTube thinks is really important, even almost more than subscribing. So go ahead and give it a like, or I guess even give it a dislike if you're feeling cruel. But I do thank you for watching either way, and I will see you in the next video.